What's going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. Today I want to talk about the future of DLC in Destiny. I want to talk about the Kotaku article a little bit. I want to talk about the Activision CEO a little bit. And I want to talk about when we can start expecting new content for Destiny and when Bungie might actually start talking about it. So let's start off by looking at the past before we look at the future. We got to look at the Kotaku article and we got to look at the Activision CEO's statement in his earnings call. So Kotaku came out with an article right about the same time as the Eververse Trading Company was released. And in it, along with other things, they said that the Eververse Trading Company was actually going to fund future DLC for Destiny. So gamers overwhelmingly kind of took the opinion that this means that we won't have to buy $20 DLC packs in the future. Instead, gamers who bought the microtransactions from the Eververse Trading Company would basically be funding the DLC purchase for all gamers who play Destiny, which sounded great to a lot of people, but I don't think it was accurate. And the reason I don't think that was accurate is because the Activision CEO came out on an earnings call and briefly said, hey, microtransactions and paid DLC can live together in Destiny. And to me, that means that there is going to be microtransactions and there is going to be paid DLC. Both of these things will exist in Destiny. So the next question is, when are we going to see DLC? Now, last week, Bungie came out on their weekly update and said, you know, look next week for something special, right? The Festival of the Lost is going to end, and we're going to have some more stuff to talk about, particularly the live team. Now, the live team, I don't think, is in charge of DLC. They're in charge of events like the Festival of the Lost, kind of special, maybe week-long, month-long, cool stuff that just gets added to the game and is not necessarily paid DLC like a big expansion, like Taken King or Dark Below or anything like that. This is just much smaller stuff, you know, small events that just kind of enrich the experience of Destiny. The big DLCs are still coming, but Bungie isn't talking, and I think that might be a mistake right now. And I don't think it's their fault that it's a mistake. I think that basically I'd call it a hit piece by Kotaku. Basically just, it upped gamers' expectations for future DLC with Destiny. Namely, they're going to now think it's coming for free, and whatever price Bungie attaches to it is going to be a disappointment for gamers. And I think it's really unfortunate for Bungie. It's not really their fault. They had no input on this article. The article wasn't even sourced, really. It named basically people who used to work at Bungie or people who are close to the project as sources. But no real names, and I think there's already been like a couple of inaccuracies that we've seen in that article, so I wouldn't believe much of what's in that article at this point, unless it comes from a named source who we can actually, you know, kind of rely on at this point. But anyway, back to the point, I think that we are going to see a DLC relatively soon, and I think that Bungie is going to start talking about DLC pretty soon, but I don't think it's going to be this week. I think this week we'll probably be seeing another kind of live team type event like Festival of the Lost. We'll probably be seeing the release of maybe some more of those exotics that we haven't seen yet, that kind of thing. I don't think we're going to get big news about big DLC real quick here. But in December, I definitely think we'll start seeing that news. Right now, you know, Bungie knows that Destiny does not exist inside a vacuum. Big games are coming out right now, and it'd be very difficult for Bungie to get a lot of press for a DLC announcement right now. Fallout 4 is all over the place. Black Ops 3 is still brand new. Even Tomb Raider is out. I know it's not garnering a lot of press, but that's a big game. And think about, you know, how hard it is to get press for that game right now. So I think that in December, we'll start really hearing about that next Destiny DLC. I'm wondering if it will come out in December. I kind of don't think so. Last year, we did get the Dark Below in December. However, it was a different time for Destiny. I felt like Destiny was really released with poor reviews. So to get that Christmas rush out, they did a big thing and they released the Dark Below to kind of get that excitement, get that hype up for the Christmas rush, for those Christmas video game buyers. I don't think they need that this year. I think that if they give Fallout 4 and Black Ops 3 some room to breathe and then start talking about the DLC in December and then release it in January, I think that would be perfect. It would put them on a 4-month release cycle so they could do 4 months after the Taken King, the next DLC, and then 4 months after that, the next DLC, and then 4 months after that, we see Destiny 2. I think that 4-month structure would kind of keep people involved in Destiny. It would keep kind of a constant flow of new content coming with us, and that 4 months could be kind of filled with whatever the live team is working on. So I expect to start hearing about, you know, the next DLC relatively soon. Maybe the end of November, early December, and then see a release right in January. I think that would be perfect timing. So that's my prediction. I'd like to start hearing from Bungie. I'd like them to start prepping people for the fact that the DLC is going to cost money, because by no fault of their own, I do think there is going to be some disappointment in the community about that, and just based solely on that Kotaku article, which really, to be honest with you, isn't their fault. So that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button if you like the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.